Morning, everyone. It's Maria. I just finished 3 journals that I wanted to share today. This one is a paper bag journal that I had been working on with my last set of 3, and I finally got it finished. And these 2 are Reader's Digest. Reader's Digest, the condensed books that I altered. So let's go through the paper bag journal first. Let me check the measurements. So this is a paper bag I actually got when I was shopping. And it measures about 5.5 inches wide and about 8.5 inches tall. It has some handmade paper, book page, and some beautiful images, some lace, and it's tied with just a piece of muslin. Make a nice little bow, which goes throughout. And this is the inside. So inside the bag pocket, I made this little booklet, which I love. It's I did some stamping on some craft paper, and I sewed an image on, and it just has some various loose pages from the extras from making the journal. So it has some pretty little papers in there. So that tucks away on the inside of the bag. You could use that for all kinds of different things. And so I lined the bag with this beautiful paper that I got from Antique Paperie. It's her Moth, I believe, papers. I did a little collage down here with some fabric and cheesecloth, and I just made 2 little pieces of ephemera. This is just a tag with some stamping and some ribbon, and this is just a little ledger paper that you could write on the back. So that's the front. On my tea-dyed papers, I did some stamping, and I did a little painting. I did like some distressing on the paper. So it gives it a little interest there. I also did some painting on my book pages with the little collage with the butterfly or the moth. It's just a collaged page on the back so you could write. I did some stitching in here. This is just a little collage. This is the tea-dyed paper. It has a doily imprint on it. A little collage here. This is some more of that moth paper. There's lots of room for journaling in here. I made a little paper clip with just a little ribbon on it, and that is holding one of the papers. Look how pretty these are. Aren't they beautiful? So I stitched around it, and I did some distressing, and it's just put over the top of the page, and the paper clip holds it in place. Also, some distressing on this page and some stamping. This is just a little belly band, and I just made a little extra piece of tea-dyed paper with a little ribbon and some stitching on it. Tucks right in there. This is a large belly band with 2 tags on it. Lots of butterflies in this. Butterflies, moths, all different kinds of things. Let's see. More of that paper. Little tuck spot with a lace doily. There's more of that distressed paper. Another little tuck spot. I did a little lace collage up here with some music paper and fabric. This is a piece of watercolor paper that's been tea-dyed. And in the center, I put little butterflies or moths on the ties for the hand-sewn binding. There's some more of that distressed paper. Came out so pretty. I love it so much. Here's another one of those book pages that I clipped onto the top, just to highlight this beautiful paper that I used in this book or this journal. Here's more of that distressed paper. Here's a little tuck spot on the side, like a little tiny belly band. And again, it has just a little tea stained paper that folds open so you could do some writing. Thought that was so cute up there. It's like a little tab that sticks out. Some more of that paper, little collage on top. Here's a little pocket. This is some paper that I distressed. A little drawing paper, put a little ticket and some fabric on it. And there's lots of stitching. Here's a pocket that has a little tag that I stamped and a little telegram piece of ephemera that I found. Just tuck that in there. This is a little inventory tag that I made a pocket out of. Some lace and a little doily and a little flower. And this is just a sweet little ledger page that you can use as a journaling spot. And here's some more of that tea-dyed paper, some more of the moth paper. I made another little tag here with some stamping, a little tuck spot with lace, tiny little moth down there. Some of the strings I left really long. I put this on the book page so you could do some journaling on there. This side is painted. And then this is the back cover. It has little ephemera journaling card. This is a little tag with some ribbon and a little library card. And on the back it has the moth paper with some collaging. And this is sewn in. And then in the back cover, again, there's a little booklet that I made. And I really like the way this came out. I just sewed the image on the front and I put some various papers that I had left over. Watercolor paper, music paper, little, I think that's onion paper. I don't know. All different kinds of papers that I had left over. And that tucks away in the bag. And on the back, I just did a little book page with an image to hold the ribbon in place. And that is the first journal. This is listed in my Etsy shop. So the link is below. I hope you take a look. And I really love how that one came out. Love these papers. So sweet. Okay, let's get on to the Reader's Digest journals. This is Reader's Digest Journal 1. There's some sari silk that matches the lace. And on this one, I did a little survey on my YouTube channel, not YouTube, my Facebook page with my junk journaling buddies, trying to figure out what lace this is. And the consensus seems to be it's Battenberg lace because it has ribbon in it and hand stitching. It's so beautiful. I found it. My mom was a seamstress and I was digging around for some buttons in the basement of where all her sewing stuff was. And I came across a big bag of lace and this was in it. So it's just on the binding of the book. Love how it looks. This piece I made come all the way out because I didn't want to cut it. It's just too pretty. So that is the cover. Really makes this cover look so beautiful. And then when you open it up, I love watching Wendy's journal adventures. And what she does is she's taken some of the vintage books that she uses and saves the first page and the page that has the copyright date in it. This copyright date is 1971, Reader's Digest, just so that you could see where this book came from, a little of its history, and there's also plenty of room for journaling there if you wanted. It even has the person's name that owned the book, which I thought was sweet. And I just tipped this in with little fabric, and I made a tall Wendy-inspired tuck spot where you could do some journaling, and some Edith Holden page back there. And then on this side, there's a pocket that's been collaged. I have some die cuts and some cheesecloth, and there's a few journaling cards. In here, this one has some ribbon. This is a little postcard, which I thought was so sweet. And those all tuck in there. Love how this journal came out. I just love the colors, the botanicals. I did a little notepad here with some leftover papers, little stamping. This is from an old botanical book, which I love. A lot of the papers in this journal came from My Porch Prints that I tea dyed. This is obviously the wonderful Edith Holden. Couldn't cut that image up, so I made it a little flip out. And look, both sides. So beautiful. I love this. And then on this side, I made a little belly band that has some Edith Holden and some die cuts to embellish. And just two little journaling cards. This is a postcard. And it's just a little piece of ephemera. Love the colors there. Tuck those back in. Close that up. This is some ledger paper that I did some collaging on. These are Tracy Fox's random numbers tags or labels that I printed out. This is a little tag with some ribbon, and this is an actual vintage postcard with some handwriting on the back, and the date on that is 1945. So I picked that up. I picked up a whole bunch when I was at a thrift store, and they're so beautiful. This has a picture of George Washington on it. I think, yeah, George Washington from Richmond, Virginia. It's a statue. Really sweet. Did some stamping, little lace doilies, some music paper, and then just some fun little crinkle pages. Gotta have the crinkle in the journals. This is some more of that My Porch Prints. I think it's Grandma's Attic collection. So I did some gesso on the book pages, and I just put a little washi sticker just to add a little decorative edge to it. This is a beautiful botanical book that I have that I cut up and used. A little music paper there. Another Edith Holden image. Look at how beautiful these are. Gosh, she was just so talented. So again, left that all intact. And you have to read this. It's just so interesting how she, and it's her own handwriting, her nature notes. And look at this side, has a bumblebee. So this is the center of that first signature. There are actually two signatures in these books. And on this side, some more beautiful watercolors. Cosmo. The dog wants my attention. This is a little embossed paper tuck spot. Little random number there. And it's just a couple of tags. I've used these in a couple of journals. This is a little Tim Holtz clip. This is a template that I got on Etsy from Izzy B Creations. She has these wonderful envelope templates. She has a lot of templates in her shop, and I buy every one because I'm in love with her designs. And I just did a little decorating on there. And then inside, it's all tea-stained cardstock. And I made a little cardstock tag that you could write on. I just think they're so beautiful. And I just clipped that on there. I actually caught like 3 pages there, so let me close that up. Okay, and there's that beautiful watercolor garden book. Little stamping of a bird. There's another little botanical. My Porch Prince papers. There's some more of that tea-dyed oven paper that I use to tea-dye my pages. Some music sheet, a doily, some stamping, some grid paper. And then I did some collaging down here. And this is just 3 little journal cards that I made. Backed on just some cardstock. And then down here, I made this little pocket out of a little card that I had and just stuck 2 little cute journaling cards in there. So it's like a pocket with a pocket on it. And here's the other side of that Edith Holden page. It's so hard to part with these because they're so beautiful. But they make the journal look so beautiful. I mean, they make the journal. There's another of my Porch Prince papers. This is from another botanical book that I have. And here's another pocket page. A couple of, this is a journaling card and a postcard. So over here I have another pocket that I did some collaging on. 2 little journaling cards in there. Lots of beautiful botanicals. So this is another of those Edith Holden tags. This one I put at the beginning of the second signature, and I made it a pocket on the side, which I thought was kind of cool. And it has a little postcard tucked on the side of it. And then over here, I made a little, from Wendy's Adventures, I followed one of her tutorials and made this little double pocket and just tucked in some sweet little ephemera and a journaling tag, little ribbon, little bumblebee stamp, more Edith Holden, look at that, white water lilies, and the great dragonfly. She has all the Latin names too. Very interesting to read. So this is another belly band. Used some Edith Holden paper there. And I did some die cutting. And then I made this little, okay, another of my favorite YouTubers is, oh gosh, I just went blank. Gina. It's Gina from, I don't know. I'm at that middle age where I can't remember anything anymore. But what it is it's a doily wrapped in like a tissue paper, or I think it's tracing paper. And I just put a little eyelet there. And then inside I made, I took some tea-dyed paper and I just made this little paper with a little lace on it, just to do some journaling, something that you want to just tuck away and close up. And it just wraps around here, and I just love this. So cute. So I put that in the belly band. Then there's some more music paper. Loved how these came out. This is a fussy cut flower that I put. Some more of these newspaper print and some of that crinkle paper. I made a little stamp, a little handmade stamp down there. So much fun. More of my Porch Prince papers, some grid paper, little stamping down there. And here's another Edith Holden page. Again, so fun to read. And look at this. This is the center spread. Two beautiful bird images with some spring flowers. And on the back of this one has eggs of different types of birds, and she listed them. Oh, I just love her books. Okay, so this envelope is also from Izzy B Creations. I got one of her templates and downloaded it and used it on some Edith Holden page, which I used to make this little, cover for the keep the envelope shut. Did some cardstock tea staining and little cardstock in there, also tea stained, just so you could do some more writing. And that just really nicely slips in, just to make this, keep it closed and make it beautiful. Love it. So cute. I love Izzy. She's the best. And there's some more My Porch Prints. I love this page. More washi sticker. Some more of that gorgeous paper. Here's another embossed page. And some journaling tags. Also from My Porch Prints. Another little botanical, some doily, and this is another Edith Holden page with a beautiful bird, some stamping, and then this is the end of the second signature. I put one of those little seed packets as a flip out, and inside is a couple of little journaling cards with just some cardstock on the back. And in here, this is a library card pocket. And I just put some tags in there. Little journaling card. Let's put those in there. Looks so sweet. And that closes up. A little butterfly collage. And then this is the back cover. Another of Wendy's like double pockets with some botanical prints in there. And that is the back. And that is the journal. So these got a little chunkier than I had planned. I figured 2 signatures can't be too bad, but it got pretty chunky. And I love how the seam binding, it's not seam binding, it's Sari Silk, matches. It goes so well with the lace. Matches really nicely. I was going to put a different type of closure on this, but it just didn't fit this big fat chunk. All right, so the second one is very similar. I love this one. I just love the colors. It's got like this coral color, and the Sari Silk matches. And I used some vintage lace on this also from Mom's stash. And I just love this one, how it came out. Love the colors. It's very feminine. So this one opens up. And this one has green inside. And this one was, let's see the date on this one. It's 1968. So I did a little Edith Holden page. And I put a little flower on that one and a little word, so you could do some writing on the back. So that's Wendy inspired. On this side, we did a little pocket with some journaling cards. Just tuck in there. And I did a lot of collaging with some words and some die cuts. I love how this page turned out. Okay, over here's a little tuck with a little postcard with some sweet little birds on it. Some tea dyed paper. I should go through this one fast because I spent a lot of time on the other one. Some more journaling cards. This is the embossed pockets with some collaging. So it's the same type of thing. Edith Holden in there. And there's your envelope from Izzy. It also got Edith Holden little band that holds it. And I cut out a little flower. And this one, I love this one because she has such cute little designs. And it's got like a little asymmetrical front to that. And these bands just slide right on. And I used my Edith Holden on that so it matches. There's some grid paper that's beautiful tea staining, little lace, and 2 little journaling cards in there. This is the belly band. So you could see this looks very similar to the other one. Same types of book pages, stamping, the doily, the music sheet. I'm just going to run through this one a little quicker. I love these beautiful Edith Holden pages. Look at this one. It's so pretty. And on the back there's some, I think this is one of her poems, which is so neat. Little stamping down there. Let's see. That's My Porch Prince paper. This is a pocket that I made. Did some collaging. 2 little journaling cards in there. More Edith Holden. And crinkle paper. Little birdie. And I love these pages. This one I did a little flip out pocket. This is the same as the other one. It opens up. It's a little doily envelope with the tracing paper, and it has the same inside. So it's the little lace tea stained paper. I'm just going to put that there. And then these are some journaling cards, little botanicals that I stuck in there. And that goes in the little flip out of a nice big pocket. You could put all kinds of pictures in there if you want, or whatever. I'll fix that later. This has 2 flip outs. So this one has a little tuck spot with an original postcard. This one, oh, I don't have my glasses on. This one is not handwritten on. But yeah, it's original vintage journaling card that I picked up. Postcard. On this side, again, some beautiful collage. I put a little, what do you call these? Glassine bag with some stickers and stuff that you could use yourself in the journal. And this flip out has another botanical postcard on it. Another little pocket over here with some journaling tags. This one also has some journaling tags in it, but otherwise very similar to the other one. This is a piece of ephemera I found, Louis Vuitton advertisement, which I thought was awesome. And a little botanical card. Some more of that crinkle paper. Edith Holden. Look at that. So beautiful. And some writing on the back. And this is the center of the second signature. Is it? Second? Yep, second. Little stamping. And here's the other envelope. Beautiful. These took so much time to make, but I love how they came out. Look at that one with the mushrooms. So cool. Botanical page, music sheet. There's another pocket back here with a bunch of little journaling cards, some collage. This is a big Western Union a piece of ephemera, and then a little botanical belly band, another little pad of paper. This is a little tuck spot with journaling cards. This is a little flip out, some stamping, and another of those long tags that tucks in there. Some pretty vintage lace there. And that is the second one. So, hope you love them all. I love the way they came out, and they'll be up on my Etsy shop today. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.